Hey guys, so I wanted to talk about a theory I thought of earlier today that I think might happen in Total War Warhammer 2. So, here it is. So I know CA has said that they don't want to do any more Lord packs. Not Lord packs, race packs. And I understand that. And usually what comes with a race pack is you've got 4 new Lords and a new faction to play as. So what we've been getting in the meantime is Lord packs, such as the Grom and the Paunch and Eltharion and so forth. So what I think might happen, because Rich, the game director, said that he wants all the races that are already in the game, he wants them all on par with each other before Warhammer 3 comes out. So there's 2 factions that are really sticking out when you think of factions that aren't on par with everyone else, and that's obviously the Beastmen and the Wood Elves. So I think, my theory is, instead of a new faction, because maybe they're playing on words, oh yeah, we're not doing a new race pack or anything, but maybe they're doing a mega Lord pack. So usually with the race pack you get 4 Lords. Maybe they're doing a Wood Elf and Beastman Lord pack, but instead of just the 2 Lords that you usually get, maybe they're doing 4. So I think that they could add 4 different Lords, and that would bring those 2 factions really close to par with what the game already has in there for other factions and whatnot. So the first one I think they might add is Goros. He's very different from the Lords that are already in there. He's a cav focused unit, and he would also be very good at buffing centaurs. Maybe he could start in the Northern Empire or something like that. I know in Mixu's mod he starts over in Nagaron, which would be cool. Maybe space them out a little bit, because there is a Beastman concentration over there in that part of the world. So he would bring a cav focus, and maybe a new hero type of some sort of centaur hero type would be cool to add, and he would obviously buff the centaur units. And next up on the list is Taurox. Taurox is probably the front runner in the fandom that people think that he might be added to the game at some point. I think it is a huge hole in their faction and Lord type. So I think if Taurox is added, he's obviously going to buff Minotaurs. He's obviously going to be a beast of a monstrous Lord. So I think if he's added to the game, there will obviously be another generic Lord type. Doombull would be a good Lord type for them, because right now they've only got the Beast Lord, which is very generic and boring. So I think that would be cool in addition. He could also start in the Empire. I think that addition would also help counteract the Order Tide and help the Empire from not being super overpowered. There's a ton of videos out there about each of these Lords and like their breakdown and what they could add. This video is more of like a theory that I have, and I definitely want you guys to comment and see what you think might happen, because I think the biggest hint that this might happen is because Rich said he wanted all the Lords, all the heroes on par with each other. And I know Grace has said that before the Warden and the Paunch, she said that there's only 2 Lord packs left as of right now. That might change because of COVID. So if anything, we might not get one at all, but I highly doubt that. I'm sure we will. So what I think is there's only 1 left, and I think it's going to be a major pack to give Warhammer 2 a final celebration before Game 3 comes out. So that takes care of the Beastmen. Next, I think there's going to be 2 Wood Elves added. I think Eraloth would be a good addition, mostly because he's not so spectacular, so I'm sure he would be on the cheaper side to make. So I think budget-wise, I think he would be a good addition. People want the Twilight Sisters, but I think their animations and their graphics, it's going to be too insane for a DLC Lord. And I think that that's just pushing the envelope too far in expectations. So I think Erloth would be good. Maybe he could buff Eternal guard units, and I would think that he would be the type to start away from Athelorn. I think hopefully these two lords both will start away. Maybe they'll move Orion. I think, or if they moved Orion, that would be cool if he like was on a hunt somewhere, so both of those lords don't start in Athelorn. They're so close to each other. But the Orion's camp in the south of the Mortal Empires map, that is wide open, and they added that in. That wasn't in the original Mortal Empires map, so if they added that in, I think they're obviously going to use it at some point, and I think this would be the greatest opportunity to do so. The last lord I think they might add is Droicha. Droicha is another front runner for people who think that she might be added to the game. She's basically a branch wraith, and it would be cool to see her be the primary caster of the Wood Elves faction, because right now they have Durthu, but he's melee focused too. He's a tree, so I think they need one of those stereotypical caster lords, similar to what Teclis is and Balthasar are to the Empire and the High Elves. So I think that if she's added, that would be also a good addition. So I know I'm rambling a little bit, but mostly I think this is a good possibility on what could happen if there's two lords for each faction. That would really bring them up to par. And maybe I would think that this price tag would probably go up to like what a race pack would cost, $19.99. But honestly, I would pay that easily for 4 new lords and 2 overhauls. I don't think they would get the huge overhauls that the Empire and everyone got, but I think maybe minor overhauls, minor changes to each faction, redo the Amber system, and maybe tweak the Beastmen mechanics so they're a little bit more intuitive and engaging, not just the every couple turns the blood moon comes. Maybe they would obviously also benefit from the new WA system if they wanted to change that up, because that's basically already made from the Greenskins DLC. So really they have to copy and paste, and you add that to the Beastmen. Boom, that's an overhaul. And then the Wood Elves, that's where the majority of the work would take place, is with the Wood Elves and changing that Amber system around, because right now Wood Elves are supposed to be isolationists, and right now their whole gameplay is about expanding, which I get. Total War, that's the whole point of the game, really, is to expand. But if you want to play in a more Wood Elf like way, more immersion, then I think there should be like diplomatic dilemmas and everything like that. And I think they should also suffer from Alariel's gameplay mechanic of defending Lothern, but instead have it be Athelorn. So guys, that was my theory. Let me know what you guys think below, and have a good one. All right, bye bye.